Good evening. We're back with more Marvel Champions, and this evening will be Miles Morales versus Sandman on expert difficulty. We'll start out an expert campaign through sinister motives and with custom rules, and we'll see how far Miles can make it. So we start out with Public Outcry, but we'll be ignoring the additional encounter card, and we got Smear Campaign, and then a random side quest, which will be number 3. You're playing leadership, Miles. I think he's the weaker of the two heroes in this box. We'll see what he can do. He's not bad. He's just... there's nothing really resource-wise that makes him exceptional. And it is typically resources that separate one hero from another. Reinforced suit is something I want to try out with Peter Parker. Gank Leap, I don't think so. Let's try to get maybe a stun. Power Within is good. Okay, we'll get started. So we got to resolve Surging Sands. We've got Power of Leadership and make the call for White Tiger. We can draw 2. We can go Web of Life and Destiny. If your identity is the Web Warrior, so you gotta flip over first. We can go Double Life Rapid Response from Maria Hill and draw 1. Make the call for Power Within. So let's thwart for 2, attack for 2, and attack for 2. Actually, let's not attack for 2. Let's exhaust and reduce Sands by 2. Then Miles will attack for 2. And Power Within will Venom Blast for 2 and a stun. And we'll draw 5. Miles probably will be good against Sandman because Sandman is vulnerable to stunning. So we got 1 threat, 1 attack from... oh, nope, just removing stun. 1 encounter card, and it's going to be Sand Clone. So for the hero phase, let's go... what do I actually want to do here? Deal 1 damage, retire Maria Hill. Then I can make the call with Cross the Spider-Verse, Reinforced Suit. Bring back Maria Hill. Draw a card. I'm going to attack for 2, take care of the Sand Clone. First, let's exhaust White Tiger, reduce the Sands. Take care of the Sand Clone, resolve Surging Sands. Maria Hill. Just thwart, and rather than let Arachnobatics sit in the hand, I think I'm gonna just use it for 2 damage. It's inefficient, but I want to keep cycling through the deck. So 1 threat, 1 attack from Sandman. We have really no choice but to just defend because it's indirect damage for 5. It's going to be Surging Sands. And that hurts. And then 1 encounter card, which will be Sand Clone again. Okay. 1, 2. Well, let's go 1, 2 for Clue and look at the top 5 for an event. And we got a web shot. And let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Avengers Mansion. Draw a card. And we can go 1, 2, 3 for Sand Clone, Surging Sands. And we'll exhaust Maria Hill for a sand counter and draw 4. And if I don't flip to Alter Ego, I might die here. We'll risk it. One threat, one attack from Sandman, defend by Miles. 5, so left with 1 HP, Surging Sands. And Miles really isn't good against this scenario without stun. At least the protection, or the leadership Miles isn't. I do think that's the better version. Protection Miles, he doesn't have anything really specifically that allows him to take advantage of protection cards the way Ghost Spider does. Anyway, we got one encounter card to resolve, which is going to be Advance. Sandman doesn't scheme for much. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we'll draw a card. We can go Web Shooter. Use Maria Hill Thwart for 2. White Tiger to remove 2 sand counters. Kalu to thwart for 1. Let's go Web Shooter. And swing in for... Let's go Web Shooter and Web Shot for swing in, I think. Remove threat. So actually let's retcon the Kalu to doing 1 damage because we over thwarted. So 4 threat, 1 toughness, and 1 confuse for the spider camouflage, and then we'll draw 3. So 1 threat, 1 attack, the toughness can eat that. And then 1 encounter card. Calling in favors. So that's going to bring Rhino into play. That's rough. This does not look good. Let's go Avengers Mansion, draw a card. Web Shooter, get out another Web Shooter. We can go 1, 2, 3 for Ghost Spider. Or actually, I think I need to get out Peter Parker here. So we'll use the Web Shooter for Peter Parker. Let's go 2 damage, 2 damage. Well, actually do Miles first, then Peter Parker, and ready Miles. 2 damage, 2 damage. And then we'll flip to Alter Ego. Shuffle a Spider-Man card back into the deck. And draw 4. So 1 threat, remove Confuse, 1 encounter card. Now or never. Exhaust a character you control and spend 1 resource of any type. Okay. Guess it's gotta be Peter Parker. So we'll recover for 4. Use Avengers Mansion. Flip. We'll go Strength and Web Shooter for Ghost Spider. Let's go 1, 2 for Web Shot. 6 damage and a stun when you count the special. Let's get a reinforced suit on Peter Parker. No, we'll just get rid of the sand counters. No damage for that. So an extra encounter card, but we're getting a decent setup. Miles doesn't have a lot of upgrades that stay on the board, so his setup really involves getting allies out and then pushing for damage. Let's go 1 threat, remove stun, and then 2 encounter cards. 1 is going to be Sand Smash. Sandman attacks with +1 attack. Can't really do anything about that. Just exhaust. 4 damage. Surging Sands. And then under fire, 2 more encounter cards. Oh wait, he attacked with +1 attack, wasn't it? Yeah. So it's actually 5 damage, and that will end this attempt. Unless it's indirect damage, so I can assign it wherever I want. So I got to assign a damage to Ghost Spider. Common Criminal, which surges. Sand Form. Sand Clone. Well, at least we're going to deal with Public Outcry. I think I've had 2 Sand Clones so far, so let's draw a card. Let's go attack for 2. Attack for 2. Get to ready up Miles. Resolve Surging Sands. And we're going to have to flip to Alter Ego here. Let's go. First we'll Web Shot. No, I can't do that because Sand Form will eat the damage. Resolve Surging Sands. Yeah, I can't do that yet because if I do, I will die from the indirect damage. So let's go ahead and just get Rapid Response in. And we'll flip, heal, shuffle a card back in, and draw 4. It's 1 threat, 1 scheme for 3. And then 1 encounter card. It's going to be an acceleration token. 3 damage. So we got to heal again. Draw a card. We'll flip. We'll go 1, 2 for Web Shot. Take out this Sand Clone. And then we'll Venom Blast for 2 into stun. Which will get rid of the Sand Form, but we still deal the stun. So Sand Form is Surging Sands. Then we can go 2 for Ghost Spider. Draw a card with Web of Life and Destiny. Look for a identity event with Ghost Spider, which will be a Web Shot. Go 2 damage and put Sandman in phase 3. 1 sand counter and then Surging Sands. And we ready up Miles. Take out the Common Criminal. So we've dealt with Public Outcry. I think we'll go Arachnobatics for 5 damage. Get out Hobie Brown and Thwart for 2. And then draw 4. We'll look to win next round, hopefully. 2 threat, remove stun, 1 encounter card. Friends and family. Okay. Let's draw a card. Let's go 2 damage. 2 damage. 2 damage. 1 damage. Uses interrupt. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll just Web Shot, paying 1 extra because of friends and family. and finish off Sandman. Okay, well, it was a little bit tenuous, but Miles was able to handle Sandman. So, let's just move on to Venom. We'll get him set up. Be right back. Here we go. So, once again, for the setup, we need public outcry. We do get reputation rewards. We need smear campaign. We need a random number for a side quest. 4. We're playing the custom rules, so we're not playing with the right side of the reputation tract, so we need these upgrades. Shuffled, and then choose from these 3. We got +2 hit points and reduce the amount of damage by 1. -1 attack, +1 defense with retaliate and steady. If we build a deck around it, that would be good. Compact darts. After your hero attacks, remove 1 dart, deal 1 damage. Spend 1 resource to place 3 darts here once per round. I don't really like any of those. I guess I'll take impact dampening suit. And let's get started. You get 2 hit points. Now, I don't think Miles is going to be very good against Venom, unfortunately. And the reason is that Venom has steady, and Miles' main method of defense is stunning. So that's not going to be very good against Venom. But we'll see how it goes. I'm going to get Peter Parker out right away. Web of Life and Destiny, Lightning, Science and Strength for Peter Parker. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, first Miles, then Peter Parker. 5, 6, and we'll draw 4. So 1 threat, 1 attack, which will go on Miles. He'll defend. No damage, but we get a symbiote, and then 2 encounter cards, which are going to be For Whom the Bell Tolls. That's 1 damage. Yeah, 1 damage. And then Webbed Up. That's not great. Well, we'll take care of Tooth and Nail at least. Ready up. Get stunned. Get out Web Shooter. Got all these things that require basic power, but Webbed Up kind of negates them. That's really bad for Miles. Venom will attack Spider-Man. She'll draw a card. And then the Enraged Symbiote will attack for 2. And 1 encounter card, which is going to be Advance. 1, 2, 3 Threat. Well, none of this is useful. I guess Defense Mechanism could be. Get that out, but can't attack while stunned. I can make the call for 1, 2, 3, get Peter Parker back. When Miles is good, it's probably going to be Peter Parker carrying, to be honest. Remove the stun. Which is kind of thematic if this is Peter B. Parker from Into the Spider-Verse. Have him take out this symbiote and ready. Then we can get out of Power Within. Thwart, use the Venom Blast. Get 1/2 of the stuns that we need. Do I want to use the defense mechanism as well? I don't see any reason not to. Confuse and toughness. So 1 threat, 1 attack, which Miles will face tank. And then 1 encounter card. Okay, so Miles will defend again. For 4, 2 damage. Let's go with Gankly for double life. Or Power on all of us for double life. Flip to alter ego and ready. Shuffle a Spider-Man card back in. Probably defense mechanism. We're going to need the toughness more. We can go ahead and heal. Oh no, he does have 11 because of the impact dampening suit. We'll flip over. We'll go web shooter for arachnobatics. It's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Give Venom a boost card. So let's not use web shooter for that. Let's use just a Gankly. Let's go Spider-Man. 2 damage and 1 more boost card. And then we'll draw 4. So 1 threat, remove stun. No, he needs 2 to be stunned, so he does get to attack. That will go on Spider-Man. +3, +1. Take 1 damage. Not bad. Web of Life and Destiny, draw a card. 1 encounter card. Exhaust Identity and Surge. Okay. Well, once again, we're going to bring Peter Parker back. Do we have to pay attention to the specific resource requirement with Peter Parker? I'm going to check on that. Yeah, you can do it. To put the card into play bypasses the requirement. So let's just go 1, 2, and 3. Or I may want to keep swinging. And we'll get Peter Parker in. Once again. He is carrying hard. And we'll get a rapid response out. Get rid of Enraged Symbiote. Deal 2 damage with a boost card. And then we'll draw 4. So 1 threat, 1 attack. Spider-Man will defend. Now we're angry. That gives overkill. Okay, just 1 damage. Not bad at all. 1 encounter card. Volunteer work. I don't know how Miles is going to get through the retaliate, though, without taking a lot of damage. Let's go Spider-Man for 2 thwart. Miles for 2. Let's go 1, 2, 3 for White Tiger and draw 2. Web shooter. Go web shooter for web shot. 2, 3, 4. So there should be 2 boost cards there. Get rid of Now We're Angry. Add another stun. Go into phase 3. Unfortunately, that's still steady. Unfortunately, he gets 2 more boost cards, and then we can deal the Venom Blast to remove the toughness. And attack for... let's thwart for 2. And then draw 5. So 2 threat now. Remove stuns. 1 encounter card. I don't think we're going to be able to... Oh, now he attacks with +1 boost card. Okay. White Tiger will tank. We'll have Peter Parker tank, so 2 more boost cards. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus overkill. That was the thing I was hoping wouldn't happen. 11 plus overkill, that's 10 damage. That's gonna end this attempt. Ouch. Well, I don't know how Miles was gonna get around Retaliate anyway. He doesn't really have burst damage. So that was gonna be a challenge. Overall, I'd say I don't think either Ghost Spider or Miles are that good against Venom because neither of them have good ways to get around the Retaliate in Phase 3. So, But really the thing holding Miles Morales back is that he doesn't have very good resource generation. All he has is Web Shooter, which is actually worse than Spider-Man Peter Parker's resource generation because he generates cards every time a villain attacks. And he also generates a resource in Alter Ego. So Miles Morales does have strong events, but his resource generation is weak. And so he's a middle tier hero, I would say. Anyway, thank you for watching.